You think that you're facing some adversity in your life. Your girlfriend broke up with you. You got a drinking problem. You got a drug problem. You have no money. Like you just suffered a financial loss. You think that that's the worst thing that could happen? Like, honestly, you're still alive. You're still breathing. You still have opportunity. Like, you have life. You have life. That thing was sent to you as a gift for you to grow and for you to change. You see, when things are just happening in your life and everything's easy and it's just nice and comfortable and everything's just going your way, you're in comfort. You're experiencing a state of pleasure because everything's just going your way. There's no inconveniences. There's no problems. You're not growing. You're not growing. If anything, you're regressing. There is no staying still. Progression or regression. You can't do both. It's one or the other. So if everything's going your way, know that you're regressing. Know that that's you in comfort and you're not growing. That pain that you're experiencing right now from that financial loss, that loss of a loved one, relationship, drug problem, drinking problem, that was sent to you so that you could grow. You have to go through the dark times. You're not going to get to the great times without going through dark times. There's cycles. There's seasons. You have to be aware of this. And when you can understand this, then you can look at your life and be like, oh, yes, yes. It may not look good on the outside. It may not look good to other people, how they may perceive me, but I'm so thankful because I know that this is what's going to get me to a point where I am looked at and perceived as, oh, wow, look at, wow, he did such great things. She did such great things. You have to go through the lows to get to the highs. The depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. If you didn't have that problem, you wouldn't be forced to change. You wouldn't be forced to grow. Know that. You have to know that. Like, if you don't know that, write that down. If I want to get to where I want to go, I'm going to have to go through a lot of discomfort, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of pain, potential loss, sacrifice for me to get to where it is that I want to go. You see, you're not going to get there if you're not the person that you have to be, if you're not experiencing what it is that you want in your life right now, you're going to have to be a different person. You're going to have to create a new self. You're going to have to embody a new self. You're going to have to change, go through experiences that cause you to develop this new mentality, this new self. That's where it comes from. It comes from the shit. It comes from the mud. It comes from the lows, the darkest of times. But those are the times that mold you. It's like Seneca said, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. You cannot expect to be perfected. You cannot expect to be the greatest version of yourself, that 10.0 version of yourself, experiencing all the greatest things of life that you want to experience, all the achievements, all the accolades, the money, the cars, the relationships, everything that you want. You cannot expect to become that person without going through the trials. That's going to make you into the person that you have to become in order for you to get there. You have to become the person. It's about being and becoming, never about appearing and acquiring. So when you recognize this, you understand, oh, it's not about what it looks like on the outside. The outside, the external can be so deceiving because you could see someone who has everything. They have the followers, the views, the relationship, the cars, the money, the accolades, the achievement. They've been there, done that, all of it. But if they're not whole inside and they're not fulfilled within, they're broken. They're empty. None of that shit means anything. And that's usually the case. It's usually the case because people believe so much in the external rather than developing the internal. And then when they get all the external that they think that they wanted, it doesn't really do for them what they really thought it would do because they didn't realize it was really about being and becoming the whole time. So if you're not developing that person from within and you're relying on the external substances to make up your value, to make up your worth, you're going to be miserably disappointed. When you get those things, even if you get those things, they're not going to fulfill you. And then you're going to be back at the same place. Oh shit, you might actually be in a worse place. Because once you get all the money, once you get all that stuff, now you have all the praise, you have all the options now. You have all the money, more options are available to you. You can go ruin yourself with drinking, ruin yourself with drugs, ruin yourself with gambling, spending excessively, thinking that all these things, these material things, these luxuries are going to bring value to you and people are going to see your worth. Here's the thing. They're not going to see it. They're going to see what you want them to see, but they're not going to know you for who you are. What's more important? Someone loving you and respecting you for who you are or for the things that you've acquired? I don't think it's even a question. Of course, everyone wants to be loved and respected for the person that they are, not the things that they have. If they're loved and respected for the things that they have, they'll feel empty. It's the saddest thing when you see people getting all the things that they think that they want, just left to be empty, unfulfilled, unhappy, and think to themselves, damn, this is the lie that I've been sold. And that's the lie society's telling you. So when you focus, when you're going through those tough times are going to be hard. They're supposed to be hard. And if they're not hard, then you're not going to grow that much. The harder that they are, the greater that you're going to triumph. The depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. So when you're going through that shit, love it. Be present with it. Know it's not going to last forever. Know that that's what's actually molding you. And know without that time, you wouldn't become the person that you want to be, which is crazy. Because that's actually the most glorious thing at the end of the day. When you look at everything, it was the hardest struggles that you faced that made you. And without those, you wouldn't become the person that you want to be. So love them. Give thanks for them. Because those times are molding you to become everything that you've ever desired to be and more. Don't run from them. Don't run to the vices. Don't think that you're going to try and avoid it, because conflict avoided is conflict multiplied. Love those times. Be present with those times. Because in 10 years from now, you're going to look back and be like, damn, I was going through some shit and I figured it out and I came out. Damn, that was the most awesome time of my life because I had no idea what was going to happen. But little did I know, it was going to be much greater than I could have even imagined. That is what the dark times will do for you. Even when the tunnel is so dark, the darkest tunnel that you could possibly imagine. You think that you're in this tunnel and it's so dark, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.